Okay, guys, it's me again. Not Margaret, Miss Purvis. Yes, here I am. Gosh, I am ready to see y'all. My mercy. I am. I'm ready to see y'all. I'm ready to cut up and laugh and joke with y'all and do birthday raps with y'all and just, I don't know, celebrate life and happiness and all that good stuff, and tell y'all about my kitty cats because I have 5 new baby kitties. But anyway, I'm gonna do a video and show them to you. I hope y'all are doing well. I know it was a bummer that last weekend was supposed to have been prom, but y'all just stay safe, and hopefully we're going to be able to reschedule everything. I certainly don't have a crystal ball, and nobody's ever been in the position y'all are in, so just keep your heads up. I know it's frustrating, but don't let it get you down, okay? Yes, all right. And this is where I should play Good Morning or that other song that I like by Justin Timberlake that I can't remember what it is, but all the people dancing crazy. But anyway, all right, on this one, War is Kind, Grass, and Miniveer, Cheevy. And the revisions. It starts off with sentence revisions, so that's just basically, there are really no notes to give y'all on this. It's really, you need to read the sentences and see which ones you believe are written better and written correctly. All right, let's move to Miniveer Cheevy. Now, Miniveer Cheevy is a man. It is a person. And my notes, again, are going to be targeted for answering this USA test prep, which is not the way I would have done it if we were in class, but we're not in class, and I'm trying to keep these short enough where they will upload easily, and it's kind of hard because I have to come up here for them to upload. So I am, really on lockdown at my house other than to come up here and load stuff for y'all. But anyway, here we go. In the poem, I want you to look at the second stanza. Miniveer, which is the man's name. I know it doesn't sound like it, but it is. Miniveer Cheevy is the man. Miniveer Cheevy loved the days of old, when swords were bright and steeds were prancing. The vision of a warrior bold would set him dancing. Ooh la la. Okay, so the second stanza tells us that Miniveer Cheevy longs for the past. He romanticizes the past. He thinks that if he had been born in the past, life would be so much better. Maybe back when they were knights, when it was in Camelot, or back during the early times when, the Greeks and Romans still believed in mythology. Sorry, yawning. Need a little more coffee. Love my coffee. Okay. So that's the second stanza. Also, I want you to think about this. As it goes through the poem, it starts off, he loves for the days of old. He sighed for what was not. He mourned over the right renown. He loved the Medici. He cursed the commonplace. He scorned the gold he sought. He was born too late, is what he thought. All right, if you look at lines 5 through 8, he lives mostly in his thoughts and his dreams, and those thoughts and dreams are of the past, okay? Also, let's move down to the questions. Okay, so number 12, you should be able to answer that. Miniveer Cheevy can be seen as a representative of, and it's like a representative of a group of people who do this same thing that I just said like a minute and a half ago that he does, okay? And what is implied about Miniveer Cheevy in these lines from the poem? Okay, those lines from the poems are that line 5 through 8, where I just talked about how he lives in his thoughts and dreams and longs for the past. All right, so number 14, I want to talk about the question. Which interpretation of the poem focuses upon a criticism of Miniveer Cheevy? All right. So a criticism of Miniveer Cheevy is where if you criticize something, you speak badly of it or you say what's wrong with it. So you're looking for the one that really speaks more negatively about Miniveer Cheevy. So the correct answer is one that displays a negative attitude toward him wanting to live in the past and not live in the present. Okay? All right, Fire and Ice. One of my favorite poems. Not just because it's short, but I do love it. I love the imagery in it. Okay, but Fire and Ice. You've probably studied it before. But for these particular questions, I want you to think about fire is passion. Okay? Ice is indifference or apathy. So some say the world will end in passion, and I want you to remember, passion it doesn't mean lust in this case. Passion means like tempers running hot, or someone feeling passionately about an ideal. Maybe someone brings the world to an end because they decide we need World War III to wipe out everybody who doesn't believe in human rights. I don't know. Okay, but think fire, think passion. Ice is apathy. If you're apathetic towards something, you are indifferent, you do not care. So saying that apathy could end the world. I have so much I could say about that. But next time we see each other, y'all remind me. Fire and Ice, apathy. I'll talk about it. Okay. And then I want you to look. Oh, I'm just going to read this poem. Some say the world will end in fire. Some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I'd hold with those who favor fire. But if I had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to know that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. Let's talk about the meaning of the word suffice. Suffice means be sufficient. So he's saying he truly believes the world will end in fire, as in end from some sort of passionate belief or desire, not from apathy. But he's saying if we had to perish, and perish would be die twice, then he thinks that that ice would be sufficient. So ice would do the job too. So just remember that suffice means sufficient. And really, throughout this, the poet or the speaker's not necessarily the poet, the speaker is very detached and calm, talking about the world's destruction. Okay? So I want you to remember that. And so the speaker's attitude, it's cold, pun on ice, but it's really cold and it's more analytical in nature. Okay? It's more like he's analyzing the options and really just speaking very coldly about it. All right? And let's see. What else do I need to say about that? Explain. Okay. All right. 2 poems, War's Kind and Grass. Y'all, when I made these, I planned on us being together. And that's really why I'm targeting the annotations specifically to the USA test prep. There's so much that I wanted to talk to you about these 2 poems. But I'm really going to focus on helping you answer the questions. Okay? Poetry's not easy. I know that. And I really do hope that these videos are helping you. Okay, so what do these poems share? When you read the poems, War is Kind by Stephen Crane, I want you to think irony. As you read the poem, he really tells you all the bad things about war. But he keeps saying war is kind. He talks about a maiden, so a young girl whose lover dies in the war. Men who are killed in war. Young men who are killed in war. Fathers who are killed in war. And a mother whose son is killed in war. So he does not mean war is kind. He is being ironic here. War is not kind. He does not believe war is kind. War is violent. War takes away the people that you love. Okay, so remember, he's being ironic. Now, in Grass and Carl Sandburg, Grass by Carl Sandburg. Focus. All right. Pile the bodies hide, Austerlitz and Waterloo. Shovel them under and let me work. I am the grass, I cover all. And pile them high at Gettysburg, and pile them high at Priest and Verdun. Shovel them under and let me work. 2 years, 10 years, and passengers ask the conductor, "What is this place? Where are we now?" "I am the grass. Let me work." All right. So it's asking, what do these two poems share? In this case, when he says pile the bodies high at Austerlitz and Waterloo, those are battlefields. Gettysburg was a battlefield. Ypres, Verdun, all of those were battlefields. Okay? So the grass is covering dead bodies. Both of these poems give you a realistic view of war. It's not romanticized. It's not, oh, the hero always wins and everything's great. They are giving you realistic views that sons, fathers, husbands die in war. And they use only the masculine because of the time period of the poem. They didn't have women in service then. So you have to remember that. And then the grass is covering, but the grass is covering dead bodies. And these bodies were killed in war. So they give you a very realistic view of the suffering of war. They don't romanticize it. If they romanticized it, they would make it sound better than it is. They don't make it sound better than it is. Okay? The tone of the first poem. All right, y'all, that irony plays into the tone. He's being ironic. He's using irony when he says war is kind because he means the opposite. He means that war is terrible, it's hateful, it's murderous. Okay? And then in the second poem, the central function of the grass's work is, okay, I want you to look at that third line. I am the grass, I cover all. So from your answers, which one of those means to cover? All right? Okay. I'm asking you all right, like you can talk back to me. Maybe social distancing is making me lose my mind a little bit, but okay. I hope that helps. Take care of yourselves. I miss you. I love you. And